Hi, this is your Houston Chiropractor Dr. Tristan Wendt, coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas. And today I'm joined with Evan. Evan's in for his 6th and final treatment of this week. He's been in for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for twice a day. Evan has been in the office one other time back in March of last year. He came in for another 3 days for the twice a days with Dr. Johnson. So Evan, I want to ask you this first question here. How would you compare that first week when you came in from Florida compared to this week coming all the way up from Florida?
This time around was great. My body was in a different position back in March and back when I came in July as well of 2021. But this time around it was very good. I feel a lot more aligned in my body and good to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because back when March, when he first came in here, him and Dr. Johnson really worked on building that foundation, making a lot of structural changes to how you were holding yourself up in gravity. And then so when you come back for these follow-up treatments, we're really just building off of that foundation. He's already set the groundwork for me, and we're just working and building off of that. So we're gonna show him how we do that this morning. And at the end of this video, we're also gonna show you a few of the at-home exercises that I've given Evan over the week that he's gonna be able to take back to Florida and use to keep working on his health journey here. So maybe close those eyes, flex the head all the way forward and backwards. Good. Back to neutral. Good. Straight as an arrow, my friend. You're making my notes very easy this afternoon. Right. So decompress you first.
Let's do it.
Go butt here, head up this way. You know the drill. And Evan, unlike most patients, actually wants the pins tighter than most, which is a great thing because again, when we pin the pelvis in, this is our stabilization point for our entire adjustment. We're nailing the chain down here in a sense and then bringing that chain to tension and applying a short, quick thrust to the entire spine. Good. Have you scoot down towards me just a tiny bit. Perfect. I'm gonna put the squeeze on you this afternoon.
I'm not going anywhere.
Nope. Whew. It's the tightest we've gotten you in there all week, I think. Good. That's where I get my workout, is getting those pins in. Good, nice deep breaths in through that nose. Out.
Last ring dinger of the trip.
Yes, sir. Hitting a home run there in the bottom of the ninth, huh?
Yes, sir.
I know people are always asking about Dr. Johnson. He is not retired by any means. I'll be quiet for this part. Dr. Johnson is not retired by any means. He's still going to be in here hitting home runs on patients himself, starting sometime in February. So he'll be coming in for a limited amount of hours, Monday through Wednesday. Whew. Yes, sir. A little taller after that one, huh?
Hopefully, I think so, 100%.
That's how you go face down here. So because Evan's been coming in for twice a day for the last 3 days, him and I have also had a little extra time to go over some at-home stuff that he can do to take back with him to help alleviate any of the stiffness from this week of getting adjusted here in Houston. So I'm gonna start on that right SI joint first. Spine, huh? That piece up just a bit. Last one here. Good. Check those legs again. Exactly even. Does that tighten up anywhere?
Not much.
I was gonna say, you're almost kicking your butt there. You're the most flexible patient we've had in the office now today. How many people kick their own butt? Good. the way out for me. Good. Just take one more nice deep breath in. Lower all the way out. And let those shoulders sink, sink, sink. Oh yeah. Hitting home runs all the way up and down your spine today. Send you back to Florida well adjusted, huh?
Yes, sir.
Good. So go face up for me now, please, sir. And there's no one in South Florida providing these treatments right now, so I know there's a want for it, a need for it. So if there's any chiropractors out there watching this video in the Florida, South Florida area that want to join Team Ring Dinger, we've got patients that are always flying here to Houston to come see us, and we'd love to refer them out to y'all. We love seeing you in the office here, and you're always welcome back, but we know we want the travel to be a little bit easier for you.
Yeah.
So we've talked about that a little bit this week too. Arms out to the side like a big old T. Just scoot down just a touch for me. Good. Relax those hands right there on that tummy. Feel that all the way up into the lower back?
Yes, sir.
Good. Yes, sir. All right. Sit you up and face me now.
Oh, yeah.
Evan's been a great patient this week. He always comes in with questions, wanting to learn more about what's going on, what can he do outside the office to keep improving on everything that we've already worked on. Keep building on that foundation that you and Dr. Johnson started a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. And I know I'll express this to the video, but I want you to say this as well if you agree with me, but as the week's gone on, I felt like as you and I have gotten to know each other even more too, these adjustments have gotten deeper and we've gotten more movement every single day throughout the week. That's just in my opinion, but
Absolutely.
I'll let you tell.
Absolutely. They've gotten better each adjustment, I would say. The body, yeah, that's what I would say. The body feels like it's accepts the treatment as more and more, as you do more and more.
Right, and like a lot of people say, I got some big shoes to fill stepping into Dr. Johnson's place here, but fortunately I was born with big feet.
Shout out to all the crack addicts out there, all the comments.
We read the majority of them.
Yeah.
There's some on there that can get a little nasty sometimes, but hey,
We love you.
they're the ones sitting in the basements who aren't here getting the work done, huh? All right, show them that exercise again. Shoulders up and back. Good, chin straight back. Good. Good, relax there. And the same thing, we've just bend that head forwards and backwards. Okay, and the last thing I want to show you guys here is a few of the highlights that we've worked on this week. So Evan, I'm gonna have you lay here and show them your Superman that you've been working on.
Okay.
So this is one of our strengthening exercises that we've worked with Evan on this week. Because again, we want to strengthen up these paraspinal muscles, because a lot of times if you don't use it, you lose it in a sense. So again, all he's doing is laying in a Superman position. I'll get you relax for 1 second here, Evan, for me. Good, so he's gonna lay in a Superman position to start, and then what he's gonna do is lift all 4 extremities off that table at the same time, and really focus on pulling these scaps down to his mid-back. At the same time, he's raising those legs up off the table. And what this is doing is contracting and strengthening all of those paraspinal muscles all the way up and down his spine. Good. And Evan's in a lot better shape than a lot of the patients we see here, but again, he's going to start with about 10 to 15 seconds of holds here, and then he's going to relax. And then as the weeks go on, he builds and builds on top of the routine that he's working on here. He's going to go longer and longer each time. All right, so next thing we're going to show him is a couple different hamstring stretches too, because we've noticed this week that Evan's got some tight hamstrings as well. So we've showed him a dynamic and a static version of hamstring stretching. So I'll go through these with you as well. So just Jasmine, if you want to step around there, we can stand next to each other here. So the first dynamic one that we talked about, this is going to be like your pre-warm-up. This is going to be like before you go work out, before you go walk, run, do any things that you do for exercise. This is our dynamic version. So I'm going to have you take that right leg, and you already know what's going on here. I'm going to explain it for the video. We're going to take that right leg, we're going to bring it up, and at the same time as we're bringing it up, we're going to bring those toes towards our face, and we're going to reach out with that left arm and touch that toe. And we're going to go back and forth from side to side. Good. This is a dynamic version of stretching that hamstring, because this is how we're going to get ready to go for a run, a jog, a walk, swimming, whatever it is, even just your ADLs, activities of daily living.
And Dr. Wendt can do a little bit more than me, but wherever you feel good to do it, that's as far as you can go.
Absolutely.
You know,
because we're not trying to injure yourself or push yourself beyond any certain point here. We want you to go where you're feeling that nice stretch. And the only reason that I have gotten better at a lot of these things is because this is what I do in my every morning warm-up before I even come into work here. I have a 10 to 15 minute routine that I do every single morning to get warmed up and ready for my day. And then the last version that we'll show you too is a static hamstring stretch, because a lot of patients will come in and say, oh, I try to stretch my hamstrings all the time, and they bend over and try to touch their toes. But what this does is, again, puts that body into a forward flexed position, and we spend enough of our time in our life doing this, whether we're at a desk, a computer, whatever it is, driving a big old truck, any of those things. So a table like this is very beneficial for myself and for Evan here, because it brings your leg up a little bit higher and does half the work for you. So now what I'm going to do from this position is all I'm going to do, pull those toes towards me. I'm going to contract my core because that protects my lumbar spine. Those are the stabilizers of our lumbar spine. And I'm just going to slightly bend forward. And it takes away a lot of that forward flexion that just bending over and touching your toes would create. So again, this is a static stretch to do after that walk, jog, or run that you're going on. So there's a couple different ways to attack those muscles, and we've shown you a few here, and we've got a lot of others that we showed Evan this week as well. But again, this is a short amount of time here to work with you, but again, we appreciate you coming down to Houston.
I appreciate
trusting me with your health and with your adjustments here throughout the week. Anybody else you want to shout out to or say anything to the crack addicts out there?
Shout out. I'm not sure.
No worries.
Shout out to my family. Shout out to crack addicts. Shout out to Dr. Gregory Johnson.
Absolutely, the OG himself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I would say.
We'll wish you safe travels back to Florida, my friend.
Sounds
Look forward
good.
to seeing you in Houston again sometime soon, okay?
Sounds good.
This is your Houston Chiropractor Dr. Tristan Wendt, coming from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas. And we thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting on all of our videos and joining us along this journey. So we'll see y'all soon.